Hello, everyone, and welcome to another race of our Dark Souls 1 All Bosses Prepare to Die edition tournament. I am Ayame the Hedgehog, and here with me today commentating is Kamol78.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're going to be watching Alibaba and Mario race today. They are going to be doing the exact same route, even down to the detail of they are both going to be doing DT Sif. So yeah, I think that's all you need to know, and I think we are ready to start the race. I'm gonna force start the timer, and we don't have anyone with the -15, so we won't get a cool nifty countdown on screen, but they are about to go in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Should be going in any second.
There we go.
And there you go. Yeah, good luck to our runners, and hope you'll have fun.
Yeah, this definitely has the potential to be a close race for sure. They're both
For
pretty
sure,
good
yeah.
runners.
Both are. We are already reaching the point of the tournament where most of the runners left are like among the best on the community. So the races that we have left, except for mine versus Kata, are probably going to be very close. Yeah, we see both players starting as the thief class. They do that because the thief starts already with the master key item, which is a key that's very useful for opening some doors and saves some time. And therefore, since it already starts with that item, they can ask for fire bombs as a gift. And with fire bombs, they get to kill Asylum Demon very quickly, as you are witnessing right now on screen. And we see Alibaba has a very nice, very clear color scheme, while Mario is giving us the good old beef jerky skin tone.
Is he using the randomizer? I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I think he might. I think he's using the. I mean, for sure he's using the color picker because it's very hard to get that color. But maybe it's not random. Maybe it's just set to blue.
I guess we'll soon see.
Yeah, after the cutscene, it should change if it's set to random. So yeah, we see our players.
I don't think it changed then.
I think it does. Oh no, because it's not a loading screen. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Then if we have to wait for a loading screen, it's probably going to be until Sensegate skip. Anyway, we see our players are not doing the usual stuff that you see on Asylum, quitting out at the door, because this is as this race is timed with actual time, not in-game time. So stuff like quitting out at doors is useful for normal speedruns where you want to minimize. We time normal speedruns with in-game time, so whenever you quit out of the game, the in-game time stops, and when you load back in for doors and stuff like that, you save the time that it takes to complete the animation. So usually in normal speedruns, you quit out on doors, and you also do a quit out before Oscar to break the wall, but in this case, players are now doing that because that's actually slower in real time. Now they're both going to be doing some shopping here at the merchant. They're gonna be buying a rapier, a bow, a shield, some arrows, and they are going to be using a trick, a glitch called prompt swap, in order to purchase the bottomless box. But they are not going to be paying full price for that bottomless box because they're going to be tricking the merchant into thinking they're buying the bombs. They're buying a bomb. And that's because they don't have enough souls to do all of the shopping at once. So they do that little trick to be able to afford the bottomless box. The bottomless box is important because it's used in this route for a glitch later. It will be used to duplicate some items, some souls specifically. And we see them picking up also the gold pine resin. That's one of the uses of the master key, by the way, is opening that door. You usually, if you don't have the master key, you cannot open that door unless you buy the residence key from the merchant or kill him for the key. And the reason they're picking up the gold pine resin is because the bandit's knife deals very little damage on its own, but the gold pine resin adds a lot of lightning damage, and that deals huge amounts of damage to Taurus Demon. You can see now that they are both getting rid. Alibaba already got rid of Taurus Demon himself, and Mario just did that.
Yeah, the good thing about the resin is that it's a static attack rating increase by 50, and that is very good early on. If it was percentage based, then it would be way worse. But since it's static damage, having a high attack speed weapon like the dagger makes it very effective early on.
And now both our runners are at Hellkite, and they're gonna be shooting down Hellkite in order to make him come down and be able to cut his tail. They're gonna be using the resins too to do that. And the reason they cut his tail is obviously because they want the Drake Sword, which is it's not like the strongest weapon ever, but it's the one that we can get fast, and it deals enough damage to be able to kill Iron Golem. And yeah, and the reason, by the way, they bought the bow and the rapier is not actually to use the bow and the rapier on themselves, although the bow is used a little bit, but not as much as. It's not the main purpose. The main purpose of those two weapons is to perform a glitch called move swap that we will explain a little bit later when the time comes. It's basically the most important glitch in the game. We see now. Yeah. Go ahead, Kamal.
Here we have the sense gate skip, where you see the runners. Oh, Alibaba barely got it. Reposting at the edge of the pathway, and it makes it so they touch a plane called the Death Cam plane, which is basically this thing that gives you this top-down cinematic view when you fall down somewhere, which is different from a kill plane. So this is just something that the game gives you before you die. So the game doesn't really, it doesn't think you're dead or anything like that here, it just gives you that view. And for cinematic purposes, if you fall down somewhere and you have to stop down view, your camera stays on top. And if you landed somewhere down where you're landing, everything up top would unload, but you still see that bit with the top-down view. So what they did is they stopped the loading process when you have that camera. So if you get it normally without falling, you can walk wherever you want to and get past things that are loaded later, which is assets like gates or doors or elevators or stuff like that, which includes the sense gate. So using the camera, you can just skip past the gate, get into Sense Fortress without ringing the bells.
And there you have it. Both our players managed to get into Sense Fortress without having to ring the bells of awakening. And this is a very nifty skip because it allows the players to get the lore vessel as soon as possible, which saves some time because you don't have to run around from bonfire to another. You can warp between them, but mostly because we want to get to Anor Londo as soon as possible, because that's where we will pick up the main weapon that will be used for most of the run, which is the Dragon Tooth. So yeah, it's a very, very important glitch, especially for this category, this route, I mean. And
so both, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that yeah, both runners are freeing Logan because apart from the Dragon Tooth, there will be also some magic being used throughout the run, more like to the late game. But yeah, do you want to explain move swap, Kamal?
I can, yeah. So you can see Alibaba running around right now with the Drake Sword, and Mario as well after the quit out. With the Drake Sword two-handed in the left hand. If you're familiar with this game, you know that that's not normally possible. That's a thing that was introduced in Dark Souls 2. Yeah. But in this game, you can only two-hand a bow in the left hand. But what you can do is with some action queue, the way you perform actions, you can do an action and queue up another action and it will be executed after that. So if you roll, you do an attack, then you will attack after the roll. You can do the same thing with two-handing a bow in the left hand. And if you do that and switch out the bow for another weapon at the right time, then that weapon will be two-handed in the left hand instead. And now why would that be useful? You would maybe expect that it would be no difference, it's just two-handed, whatever. But the way the game works is that in the left hand, normally you can only two-hand bows, and the bows don't have certain attacks. They don't have a running attack, they don't have a plunging attack. And in order to still when you attack with the left-hand weapon and then the two-hand, it doesn't know what to do normally. So what it does instead is you get the attack from the right-hand weapon instead, which in this case is the rapier. So you get this quick double hit attack, which you can see on the golem right now on Alibaba's side, which is very, very strong because you get this quick double hit, but it's still the weapon that deals the damage and the poise damage. So it's very useful, and with the Dragon Tooth later will be absolute destruction on some bosses, or most bosses.
Worth mentioning though that this golem fight that we're witnessing, it might look simple if you just if you haven't done it, it might look like they're just running and attacking the feet of the golem, but it's actually very challenging and very precise to do it right, because you have to attack with a very precise timing and positioning in order to end up getting the golem to fall without losing too much time. Fortunately, both of our runners had a little bit of a rough time with golem, but both of them also managed to make him fall without having a lot of issues. So that was nice. See them now going through Honor Orlando, probably one of the most challenging areas for a first playthrough. We have this first part here where you have to go through these rafters, and you get these painting guardians throwing knives at you and blocking your way and doing some serious hacking sometimes to backstab you all from like 3 meters from far away. But yeah, and after that you get the Batwing demons and the archers, which is also annoying. So it's an area where it's not rare to die. Hopefully both our runners managed to get through with no problems. They both got past the rafters, so that's good. That's the most scary part, because if you die here, if they were to die here, they would spawn back at the Undead Parish bonfire. That's the last bonfire they took, and that would be like a 4 or 5 minute run back and to here. Fortunately, both of them managed to survive the rafters, and they're going to take this bonfire. So if they die to archers, it's not that big of a deal. And the reason they take this bonfire, even though it might seem counterintuitive because it's somewhat out of the way, it's because there's a boss here, which is Gwyndolin, and there's also a boss up from here, which is Priscilla in the Painted World. So we want this bonfire to later warp to it and go to those bosses. And since we're here, our players also are picking up that ring, which might be also counterintuitive, because you might be wondering why the hell do they want that ring that does nothing? And that's because they want a ring to unequip it for a glitch that will come up a lot later in the run, which is called equip slot manipulation. And you need to have a ring, and that's the one ring that's accessible without losing a lot of time. It's not useful for what it does itself. We will also get to see here, we see Alibaba already doing it, and Mario will do it in a moment, which is this little trick where you can get out of the elevator before it actually finishes reaching the destination. So you can quit out of the game when being at stable ground, but the elevator hasn't reached destination yet. So when you do that and the elevator is mid-traveling, the game resets the elevator to the initial position, and it's interesting because I think this is the only elevator in the whole game that does that. Most of the at least most of the elevators, when you quit out mid travel, they get set to the destination and not the first position. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
it's called in a special way because it works quite differently from normal elevators.
Yeah,
So.
makes sense.
As far as I
And
remember, there's actually 3 elevators, and just the one that you're on performs the animation, and then the other one is enabled in the new position that it's in.
I see. Okay. Well, and the reason you want to do that, which we didn't mention, is because you want that elevator to be down, because as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be warping to this bonfire later, and they're going to be wanting the elevator to be there in order to go up to the painted world. And if they had to call the elevator and wait for it to come down, it would be a little bit slower than doing the quit out. It saves like 12 seconds in in-game time, which would be like 2 seconds or 3 seconds in real time. So it's still worth it to do it.
Yeah, and something very interesting, Alibaba just skipped the bonfire, and Mario got it.
Did it?
So,
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
he did.
notice that.
So
I was watching Mario deal with Silver Archers.
Respecting Mario.
That's cool. We've only seen so far. We've only seen Kata do that, skipping the bonfire. So Alibaba joining that hype train. Hopefully he doesn't die. It would be very close to game over if he dies now to ONS, because Mario's not going to give him that many opportunities to catch up.
Onstein giving a bad opening here.
Yeah.
But so far it seems fine if you can bait smoke properly.
And if you've played Dark Souls, you know what this boss is and why it's so scary and why the players took the bonfire, because it's probably the hardest fight in the game and in the run. It's very RNG heavy and very execution heavy too.
Mario getting very unlucky, unfortunately. Alibaba handled his fight very well so far. Mario got very unlucky. The Ornstein giving you the lightning spear opening is the worst possible scenario because it can turn into a complete mess, which it does for Mario.
Yeah.
Prime example of the lightning opening.
Small also shoveled a lot after that.
Double back
so far,
and a shovel. That's fine.
Oh, it's a quick shovel too. Well, it's fine. I think the animation completed, so there should be no hitbox.
There should be no hitbox.
Well, it wasn't the smoothest or fastest fight ever, but he managed to get done with the first phase. Hopefully, nothing goes wrong in the second one.
Oh, Smo.
Other than Smo jumping away. Yeah, that was a very bad fight. I mean, it was good from the point of view that he executed it. He played very well, but it was a bad fight in terms of RNG.
Yeah. ONS, the RNG you get on ONS, among the top runners can decide a lot. Like, you can easily lose like 30 seconds compared to a really good fight on ONS, and that can be the entire race when 2 top runners are racing each other.
Yeah, I think there's merit to not taking the bonfire, but I think, I don't know, up to each their own. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong for Mario, and that would give Alibaba the chance to catch up if he died to ONS having taken the bonfire. Instead, if he dies with no bonfire, it's most likely run over, because that's like what, like 10 minutes, maybe not 10 minutes, but 8, 7.
Oh, Alibaba getting blocked in the hologram. Also, before the hologram, he almost looked like he wanted to go for the Arterius setup with the Baron Ignite for some reason.
Maybe he forgot he doesn't have RTSR. Maybe that was some not muscle memory, but like autopilot from.
He was running Axe to Axe yesterday or something. Does that have RTSR?
I don't know. I haven't watched. I haven't seen what the
Well,
what
we have
X to X looks
X.
like.
We have X to X expert Ike in the chat, so he can tell us. Oh, you don't even kill gargoyles in that, damn.
Oh right, because it's not wrong warp, you don't need to
Okay.
do the gargoyles.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, you only need to do Quillag for you, then you use Cat. Okay, so both our runners, Alibaba just done with gargoyles, and Mario soon to be too. Doesn't get any memes with the first gargoyle, and second one should be free. There you go. So yeah, here you see the reason why we go to, as I mentioned earlier, why we want to go to Anor Londo as soon as possible to get the weapon. It's because killing gargoyles and Quillag with the Dragon Tooth move swap is a lot faster than killing them with the Drake Sword, especially Quillag. And also because, as you see, they are warping from Undead Parish to Firelink, which saves also like a minute and something. Here we will see they go down, take a little bit of a stroll down to talk to Rickard in order to buy a catalyst from him. It's kind of annoying having to go down to Rickard to buy a catalyst. It's kind of a detour, but it's the only way, it's the fastest way to get a catalyst in this route, so...
It's still way faster than Griggs, so...
Yeah. And after that, they're going to be doing Blighttown. We're probably going to see some plunges. Hopefully, successful plunges, not like mine. And after that, you will get to see Quillag. Hopefully, Quillag doesn't sit on anybody's face this time, which is something that she has done a couple of times already in the tournament. Yeah, fastest way to get a catalyst that doesn't suck, because you could get the Ulasil catalyst from Dusk, but that one's very bad.
Yeah. And Alibaba nailing the Blighttown plunges, very nice.
Very nice, taking notes. Well, actually, you do get the Ivory. Oh, I don't know if it's called the Ivory catalyst or the Ulasil catalyst. I don't remember. You do get that catalyst. You actually get 99 of them.
Yeah, it's Ulasil Ivory catalyst.
Okay, it's both. Great. Yeah. So I was double right. Nice. Now we see Mario get done with the plunges too. They're both so good.
Yeah, so far in terms of execution, they're both on point.
They've had Mario has had a very bad 1S5, which set him back a lot. Alibaba, who was a little bit ahead of him before, thanks to not taking the bonfire, and also I think he had a faster Borg. But other than that, they're not in sync, but they're very close. Alibaba playing it safe here, not going for the cancel on the bot attack for the explosion, just waiting for it. Probably smart. I think we saw someone die trying to go for that cancel the other day, and it was painful.
Yeah, dying to Quillag is not very nice.
No.
Because the fight should be very simple, but if you mess up and die, it's 3 minutes down the drain for no reason, really.
The fight is simple, but it's also annoying, but because Quillag has some very weird collisions on her body, and you can get trapped on her. And she can also jump on top of you and kill you, stuff like that. She's a very annoying boss. She can start jumping and get away, and then spill lava everywhere. So it's not a hard boss, but it can be a very annoying boss. See both our runners doing killing. Oh, Mario's not doing the firebomb supremacy strat. Disappointed. How they should win this because of that. It didn't have Ali managed to cut like 5 minutes from his last race by not fighting the maggots 1-on-1.
Oh yeah, that happened, right?
Yeah, he used one bomb for every maggot.
Speed run.
Yeah, it was very fast. At least he didn't die though. It would have been very fun if he had died to the fucking maggots. Anyway, here we see the use of the bottomless box that our runners purchased earlier, and it is a glitch that I don't quite understand, and I don't even think that it's necessary to go into much detail of how it works. But it's basically you duplicate the soul. You scam Framt into selling him a lot of souls that you don't have, so you get a bunch of souls, and you use those souls to first buy some. Interesting to see Ali do instead of jumping over, going through the little door there. It's kind of curious. But yeah, they're going to be scamming Logan too, buying 4 spears from him instead of just 1. And now they're getting a lot of levels with the 32 million souls that they got from Framt. While they level up and go for Stray, feel free to explain a little bit what the quantity storage glitch that we just witnessed is, Kamal, if you want.
Sure. So what you can do is, when you open up a prompt with a quantity, like when you drop arrows or whatever, it actually stores that value. It keeps storing that even if you close the menu. And you can use that stored value and use it for another quantity prompt, even though it's not at all what you have or what you could sell or could buy from a merchant or from Framt. And the way that works is by queuing up a confirmation box item. In this case, you can use lots of confirmation boxes, but in this case, you use confirmation box items like a bone. And if you have one open in the menu and then you try to sell something or buy something, it's actually going to bring up the quantity prompt and use the one that's stored and not the one that it should be using. And so if you store 999 with your arrows, then you can sell 999 or buy 999 even though you don't have that yet. And that leads to things being duped if those items, if you sell them to Framt, are in the bottomless box, because that leads to an underflow. So if you sell one, but if you have one, but you sell more, it underflows to the maximum value that that variable can store, and then it gets limited by the game to whatever the maximum is for that item. And so you can dupe it, you can sell it 999 times, and then you get more back and can sell that back again. So it's incredibly overpowered and broken glitch.
Yep. And then you can do that in remaster for free, basically.
Yeah.
You need to go through all this hassle in Prepare to Die to do that with Framt, and then in remaster you can just do it with regular souls from your pocket.
Yeah, and we just saw both runners do Stray Demon, which was with the soul spears that they bought. Using the quantity storage glitch, they bought 4 soul spears instead of only 1, because Logan normally only sells 1, but you can just buy more than he has and you get 4. And so they had enough spears to just spam Stray Demon to death. And now Mario is actually ahead a slight bit.
Mm-hmm. That was well, no, Mario isn't actually ahead. They are pretty much, Mario's like a second behind, maybe half a second behind, but they're pretty close. Mario got some time back in the dupes, I think, or I don't know if it was the dupes or the Quelac fight and it was faster for him, but yeah, he closed a little bit on Ali.
For some reason, Alibaba is ahead for me, even though the stream delay is the same. Kind of weird.
Oh, actually, now that you mentioned that, I think Mario is ahead because I wasn't looking at the timers. Ali looks ahead for me because I have the stream. I have some delay on Mario's stream. I'm gonna reset that. But yeah. We just witnessed both runners did Stray. There was not much to comment through that fight. They just spam soul spears at Stray while he does explosions. So that's why we took some time to explain glitches in time. Now they're going through the painted wall. This is the first instance we see of players warping to the Dark Moon Tomb bonfire that they took earlier, and this is the reason they also sent the elevator back down, so they didn't have to wait for it now. And they are going to be picking up this item that is usually only useful for PvP purposes, which is the red sign soapstone. And the reason they're taking that item is not because they're going to be doing some insane PvP in the middle of the run, although it would be nice. It's because they will use that item for a glitch, which is called the equip slot manipulation. It's also the reason they took the ring from outside of Gwyndolin, from Dark Moon Tomb. They are going to be performing that glitch in a little bit, so we can get Kamol to explain that when it happens. Well, actually, you can start explaining it now because there's no mystery to Priscilla. They're gonna fire out an arrow to Priscilla in order to see where she is after she goes invisible. That way, it's very comfy to find her. You can also do this, the lock-on thing. So the lock-on moves briefly with her after she teleports.
Yeah, both getting lucky. You can get spawns where she teleports to a spot where the lock-on doesn't follow.
Yeah.
But since you have the arrow, it's way better.
Okay, so do you want to explain briefly how ESM goes?
Yeah, I can. So you have noticed that they don't have red tears ring yet, even though that's it's ubiquitous in Dark Souls 1 speedruns. So the way it works nowadays, most of the time, is you actually equip the red sign soapstone into your ring slot, and that turns into the red tears ring. So the reason for that is all the items in the game are stored in tables, and different tables sorted by type. So there's consumables, there's weapons, there's rings, and so on, and they're all different tables. And each item has a number, an ID assigned to it, by which the game identifies it. So when you equip an item into a equipment slot, it looks at the ID and it's like, oh, okay, it's that ID, and it's in that equipment slot, so it should be an item from that list. So if you equip a ring into the ring slot with a certain ID, it takes that ID, looks in the ring table, and then it knows what ring to equip, which is normally not a problem. But with this glitch, we can equip items from any category of items in any slot. And that makes it so we can equip the red sign soapstone as a ring and into the ring slot, and it just happens to share the same ID as the red tears ring. Complete coincidence, but that's just how it is. So using the glitch with some menu shenanigans, we equip the red sign soapstone into the ring slot. The game looks at the ID, and for the game it's the red tears ring. And that's all you really need to know. The rest is some menu shenanigans that is just confusing.
Okay, thank you, Gomol, for that explanation. After doing that, they also did, apart from purchasing all those pikes, they also got. Did you mention? I'm sorry. Did you mention they bought like 999 pikes?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay. Well, they do buy 900 using the same method they used to do. They buy 999 pikes in order to get crammed, which is part of the glitch. And aside from the pikes, they also bought a shield, a good shield to block. And well, actually, the shield they use it. I don't think they use it to block anymore because there's nothing to block anymore in the route. But they use it for weight purposes, for arrows, which is something that we'll explain later. The pike is also part of that. And they got the upgrade box in order to upgrade the Dragon Tooth later, and the Crest of Arterius. They used the prom swap glitch again, same that they did with the first merchant to get the prompt of Arterius, the Crest of Arterius, for almost free. Now they're killing Hydra. The reason they're killing Hydra is because you need to kill Hydra in order for this the golden golem to appear here, and you need to kill this golem for Dusk to appear, and you need Dusk to appear in order to access the DLC. And you need to access the DLC because there are bosses in the DLC that you need to kill in order for it to be an all bosses run. But yeah, nowadays Hydra is a lot more comfy than it used to be when we didn't have soul spears for it in the route. That was the only moment where we used the shield to block in the past. Now we just shoot her, so we don't actually need the shield. And they're also going back after freeing Dusk. They're not only freeing her, they're also going back and summoning her to because when you summon her and talk to her, and then she spawns her set inside of the cave, and part of his set of her set is the crown of Dusk, which boosts the damage of sorceries. And although this takes a lot of time to go back and talk to her, we want the crown to be able to do the Gothless Calamate kill strat, which is very fast. So it still saves time, even though it takes a long time to go back. They're also they take this opportunity to buy Hidden Body from Dusk now, instead of buying it from Elizabeth later. And they also buy 99 Velocity Ivory Catalysts in order to do some prompt swapping again and dropping negative 998 dragon scales so they can upgrade the Dragon Tooth. The way that it works is very similar to what Kamal explained earlier about the...
Yeah, it is quantity storage. It's just another application of it. So the way what happens is that they bought 999 or 998, whatever, catalysts, and when you have that many in a single stack and then you try to buy it again, the game stores a negative quantity of minus 997 or whatever, which is because the game tries to calculate what maximum amount of item you could buy when you select it. But because you have so many, more than you could have in a normal stack, which is just one, it results in negative quantity that's being stored. And then you get quantity storage in the menu, in your inventory, to apply that to a drop prompt. And dropping a negative amount is minus is plus, so you get that many more, which is just another form of duping in this game. So they got from one single dragon scale, they got 99, and then they can get a dragon to +5, which they are doing right now. Alibaba, you can see he's upgrading right now to +5.
Mario also upgraded to +5, and both of our runners are heading to the Duke's Archives. The reason we are doing Duke's Archives right now instead of doing it later is because there's one enemy here, which is the Crystal Golem at the beginning of the level, which drops the Broken Pendant, and you need that item to enter the DLC. So so we do Duke's Archives before right now, so we can go to the DLC as soon as possible, because we get Darkbeat from the DLC, and Darkbeat is very powerful. And we don't do it earlier because we need to first free Dusk. If you kill that golem there before you free Dusk, he doesn't drop the Broken Pendant. So you need to do this very precise timing. And also, they do Butterfly and Sif right now because they take advantage of the fact that they are checked to the Darkroot bonfire. So they just do them right now. There's no particular reason other than that. So there you see, Mario just killed the golem, gets the Broken Pendant, and then we will see a channeler being very, very mean. No trident drops. Kata got that one today.
Only one trident per day allowed.
He didn't manage to get the sub 2 hours with it though. That was sad. I'm sorry, Kata. Anyway, we will see now probably the oldest skip in the game. Maybe not the oldest in the whole game, but definitely the oldest one that's still done in the game. In Duke skip.
Oh, Mario failed the Duke skip. That is a big time loss.
Yeah, that will actually put him behind.
Yeah, Alibaba is now ahead by quite a bit actually. Oh, and levers are hard.
Yeah, it's always so annoying how levers sometimes you're just right there and the prompt doesn't go. Also, by the way, Mario is losing a little bit of time here by doing the squid out. I timed this the other day, and it's faster to just wait for the elevator RTA. It's like a second faster, but it is faster. Mostly because you can, mostly because you don't get mostly because of the stand-up animation. Because if you just wait for the elevator, you can do you can get to the lever before the elevator actually stops. So you save a little bit of time that way. Anyway, that was a swing. That was a swing. Now Alibaba was behind, and now he's ahead because of that very minor mistake from Mario that lost him like 15 seconds with 2 quit outs. More like 20 probably. And yeah, they're going to be doing. I wonder. No, no one is going to be doing slow quit out. That makes sense because that's a very risky thing to do, and it barely saves time RTA. No manly drops either.
Yeah, no manly drop. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, me too. Me too. No one using my insane setup that has a 100% efficiency rate. No one even bothers trying. Sad. It was poggers lever pathing. I like how we're calling everything poggers nowadays. Any strategy or whatever that it's done in the last 6 months is called poggers. Anyway, we see players casting hidden body here in order to not get bothered by the clams, which is very comfy. You usually, if you don't have hidden body here, you need to be worried about clams getting into the fight and ruining your day. But with hidden body, you can just run straight and they will never bother you. And
yeah,
there
this
you
is
have it.
winner's bracket. So whoever loses this race has still one chance.
Yep. I mean, I think whoever loses this race will be facing whoever wins between me and Kata, so they will be facing Kata. So they won. Whoever loses this race, whoever loses this is not gonna have a good time in the losers bracket either. So
I mean,
we are at the point.
They can both beat Kata, I think.
Yeah, they can both do it, but it's not gonna be easy. That's what I'm saying.
It's not gonna be easy for Kata either. Mario won against Kata, so.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that it's not like in the first rounds you like if someone like Mario lost the first round and he was facing someone like me, it would have been easy for him. But there's good like we are at the point of the tournament where there's good runners everywhere except for me. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing Dragon Tooth Thief from both our runners. We've seen a lot of runners do Sif with sorceries instead of melee. We've talked about this. It doesn't make a huge difference. It's mostly personal preference. Here you see an example of melee Sif not going all that well because Ali missed one of the hits, and then Mario did so too, but he got a counter damage. Maybe it works well for him. Yeah, nice. that was still 2 hits. That was still both of those were kind of slow. Yeah, but that's the point. Like it's harder to do good DT Civ than it is to do sorcery Civ, and they're not even the best. Like the best DT Civ is like slightly faster than the best sorcery Civ, and the slowest well, not the slowest, but I'm pretty sure the average sorcery Civ is faster than the average DT Civ, because there's a lot more that can go wrong with DT Civ than with sorcery Civ. Starting with the fact that it's a little bit more risky, because you do have the chance to just be dead if you miss a hit in the wrong moment. Instead, with sorcery is a lot more forgiving, because you get to roll and all that. Yeah, as Regal said, it's like about a second faster, which sounds pretty much correct if we compare golds and all that. But it's also, the fail rate is also higher, I think, and yeah. Anyway, as I said, it's up to personal preference mostly. If you feel comfortable doing it and don't feel comfortable doing sorcery, then it's better for you to do whatever you're comfortable with. We see both of our players managed to grab the Crown of Dusk, thankfully, because that's a big time loss if they didn't. And now...
Did anyone do that in the tournament?
No, not yet. We had one RTSR unequip from Nax.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't have anyone not pick up the crown yet. We see both players managed to get rid of Guardian. And they are now equipping some armor, and that's because they are setting up air rolls. We can use this little running segment to explain air rolls. You can do that if you want, Kamal.
Yeah, sure. So air rolls, as the name implies, is rolling in the air. So you can roll off an edge, and then you can continue rolling. And the way this is possible in Prepare to Die is you have to be marginally above 25%. You have to be just in mid-roll range. And marginally, I mean not 25.1%, but floating point error precision. That's what we have to abuse in this game. In Remaster, you can do it, you have like a 4% range to do it. In this game, you have to do very specific setups in order for the precision errors that computers just have, for that to nudge you just a tiny bit over 25% and to give you mid-roll, because normally 25% is still fast roll, but with a certain setup you can be 25% and mid-roll, and the way the animations are set up, the mid-roll animation is set up, is that if you are at 25% but in mid-roll, you have exactly one frame where you can keep rolling in the air, and which is easy, you just spam in the air, and that allows you to roll when you hit the ground and iframe the fall damage, just like with any other damage. And here we see them fighting Arterius, and Alibaba already got rid of him, which was a pretty fast fight. Mario getting a worse opening, though.
Yeah, Arterius shouldn't be that much of a problem. Arterius is, by the way, the main reason, well, I think it's the only reason we get exactly 53 strength, is because that way we can two-shot him with only 2 running attacks. It is it should be a pretty easy boss unless you're me. But yeah, usually if the fight goes right, you just get 1 running attack, and before he can do anything, you get another one, and he dies. He can sometimes be a little bit annoying. He can roll in a way that he dodges the second running attack, or he can give you the very bad opener, which is the one that Mario got, which is the spin, which is the only one you cannot punish immediately. You need to dodge it and wait for another opening. But both the players managed to get him. Oh, Ali missed.
Yeah, that's a big time loss.
Yeah, Ali got a very good RNG on Gwyndolin, but then he missed one of the running attacks. Did he not lock on?
I didn't see, actually. I was looking at Mario's.
Yeah.
But they're very close now. They both just got arrows.
Yeah. It's gonna be... Ali is still gonna be hit, because he had better RNG. Like, Mario had to wait for a couple of homing soul masses, Gwyndolin. But yeah, they're kind of almost very close to... In fact, they are actually in sync when you look at the timers. I'm getting bamboozled again by the fact that we have some delay, because you can see that in the stream, Ali's timer is like 2 to 3 seconds ahead of Mario's. So yeah, they're actually kind of in sync. Almost,
it's a very nice
very
race.
close.
Like having such close races is always awesome.
It's also nice for us because we don't need to be commentating everything twice because they are doing everything at the same time.
Very true.
So yeah, and this is the main event. This is the reason this route exists, and the reason the route is both. It's both the reason why the route is fast, and it's also why the reason why the route is really boring. And it's Golfless Calamity. We get to Undropped found a couple, like a month or two ago, he found there's a spot where you can stand and you bait one attack, you bait this attack, Calamity. So he doesn't do the long sweep where he breathes fire all over the arena. He only breathes fire on the end of the arena. So you bait that attack, and then you go to a safe spot where that attack doesn't hit you, and you can shoot soul spears to him, and kill him that way. And this is super fast if you compare it to having to go all the way, grab the crest key in order to access Goff, having to come here, trigger the fight, then leave, then go get the crest key, go talk to Goff, do all the talking to Goff, which it's like 20 seconds of dialogue, and then come back and fight him normally. It's also it reduces the RNG. Because Calamite is one of the most RNG heavy fights, so it's very nice that we don't have to fight him anymore. Oh, Ali missed.
Yeah, he missed
the first air rolls. It's fine though.
So yeah, Mario pulling slightly ahead. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. See, Mario managed to not get poisoned by the sorceress. and Ali also managed to get past. Ali doing a kind of weird pathing for Hellbridge. It doesn't matter though. Oh, he got a little bit. Yeah, that can happen. I think that happens if you don't go left soon enough. You have to go left like earlier than that, let's say, for the chain prisoner to start turning earlier, so you don't get him to block you. I think neither of our runners got the bonfire. Mario surely didn't, and I think Ali didn't
either.
Okay, Ali didn't either. So, yeah, they're going all in. Maybe they know, maybe they're watching the stream and they know that they're very in sync and they need to pull
they said
ahead.
beforehand that they're not even reading the chat. So, I think just from Mario failed Duke Skip earlier and stuff like that, so he might be because that's why. I don't know. I'm not sure what he does usually, so maybe he does that always. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I think both runners are probably very confident on their skill with Manus. And Ali did skip the ONS bonfire, so it doesn't surprise me that he skipped the -1. Like, if you're gonna skip that one, you're gonna skip everyone. Here we see Mario gets an animation cancel on Menace. He gets a rain, which is slow. It's fine. Oh, that's actually a good one because he gets to go all in and kill him.
Could have been worse.
Definitely.
Yeah, both runners killed him. Nice. They're very close still.
Yep.
Menace can give you like 4 rains in a row and it's terrible.
Yes.
But he was relatively nice for both, so they're still very close.
So most of I would say all the relatively hard stuff from the run is done by this point. Now we are in the cleanup phase, what we know as the cleanup phase. which is basically, at this point, our runners have all the levels they want and all the damage they want. They have dark beats, so they're just gonna be finishing the game, finishing all the bosses that there are left, and which will be done very quickly because they deal a lot of damage, and they will be performing the skip, which is called Fire Elevator Clip. Mario manages to not die to the branch. He got rid of the hex some time ago, and Ali manages to not die too, so that's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, the way the skip works basically is the elevator loads later than the rest of the map, and your character gets pushed back every time you load back in. So there, eventually, you quit out and load back in multiple times until your character gets loaded under the elevator, and you just clip through it. And it's kind of a coincidence almost that Fire Sage is exactly below the elevator, so you can just plunge him. And it's also nice that he is a clone from Asylum Demon, so
Yeah.
so he has that plunge animation. Most enemies don't have that. Most enemies, when you plunge them, you just go straight through them. And if that was the case, the skip wouldn't be possible. You would just go through him and die. But since it's basically Asylum Demon with fire, and Asylum Demon has that animation because you are intended to plunge him from the balcony at the beginning of the game. Fire Sage has that too. So yeah, it's very convenient, and it's a very cool, very spectacular glitch and skip. And also it's very nice that you don't have to randomly die to entering Fire Sage through the fog gate and dying to the explosion because you got caught up with a branch or something, which is something that happens in remastered old bosses sometimes. You see both players, they both got rid of Centipede very fast. As I said, they have a lot of damage with Dark Beat, so bosses just die. And they're running through the lava. There's a particular pathing that you can do through this area to avoid the bounding demons. And yeah, now they just need to run to Bed of Chaos, throw some bombs, which is they're gonna be performing the strat that we call Taki bombs. Just basically a way to skip all the puzzle part of Bed of Chaos. You just throw some bombs, destroy the Nexus, or the whatever you all call them. Call them balls. They're kind of balls. You destroy those, and you just go straight in. You don't need to do any parkour. You don't have to deal with floor collapsing or anything like that. It's very nice. It's also very easy to do if you are a casual player and you like if you casually speedrun Dark Souls, which is something that I did for some time, like just launch the game and play through it, trying to complete it fast, not even having a timer or anything, but just playing through the game fast. And you don't know this strat, this will save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches on this boss. You basically aim with the bow to some cues you have and throw the bombs there, as you will see in a moment. And yeah, as Ike is mentioning in chat, probably the only chance we will get for, I think there's two spots where a swing can happen. One of them is Catacombs. If one of the runners gets unlucky with the air rolls and they bump into our skull, they can lose time there, and things can change by that. Or one of the runners could get a very bad RNG and Nito and die, which that would be run over at this point.
Could also fail in low on the bug skip.
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
That's also a big yeah, seal skip. I don't see any of these runners failing seal skip.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something that can happen, but I think that's very unlikely. No one fails seal skip. Yeah. Except red. I died to still skip my other race. Still skip is scary. I still don't feel comfortable with my timing on the quit out. Every time I do it, I'm scared.
Yeah, so here the runners are just running to ceaseless, which is just a boring run with nothing going on, and then you just basically two-shot the boss, and that's it.
In fact, speaking of the skulls on the arrows, Alibaba died on his, I think it was Ali who died on his last race to that. Because not only he bumped into a skull, he also died. He got the fall damage on a on a ledge that there is. He didn't get to the ground. I don't know if you saw that, Kamal.
I missed it actually.
It was super memey. There's like I don't know how to call it. It's like a ledge. You can see it, I think, if when we get there.
I think I know which ledge you mean though, but there's
Yeah.
like only one ledge down there.
I mean, it's not a ledge that you can stand on, but it has collision. Like it's kind of a I don't know how to call it other than a ledge. But yeah, we might be able to see it when they do it. And so he landed there, and he didn't have a chance to quit out because that was like super fast. It was like almost immediately after he hit the skull. So he died and had to run all the way back. And a lot of people, like runners with a lot of experience, were saying that was the first time that they saw that. It was very weird. Yeah, Catacombs is an area, I think it was Regal who mentioned yesterday that Pinwheel is a very easy boss with a problematic area before him. There's skeletons and there's the skulls and there's the bone wheels, and then after Pinwheel, there's Nito who has a very easy area, because you can just run straight through. Oh, did Mario just went for no quit out, no hidden body on the lever? He could have got blocked by a skeleton. He just risked it.
Yeah, he should do not quit out on the lever, and then if he gets blocked, he quits out afterwards. Since you have so much HP, it's a valid strat. Of course, then if you quit out, then you don't have the time save of skipping the lever animation.
We didn't get to see the ledge that I was talking about from that perspective. We can look for a clip later. So yeah, that was very weird at what happened to Alibaba in the last race. But anyway, both players managed to get past the air roll section successfully. No skull memes. He also managed to kill Pinwheel in one swing of Dark Beat. Now they're going to be doing some parkour through Tomb of the Giants. There shouldn't be any issues, as I was saying.
Not going for the jump.
Yeah, no
Let's see if
floodgates
Alibaba wants to go for it.
Maybe.
Yeah, as a casual player, like sometimes when you see this area, it's very impressive, just running through the dark, but it's very easy. Oh,
Alibaba doing 2018 pathing.
Yeah, Alibaba doesn't go for the jump, so there's a small jump you can do to skip that fog gate. It saves like 3.5 seconds or something. But it's easily fadeable if you don't have a good setup.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of annoying because there's no. It's not easy to have a consistent setup because there's not much to be seen, right? You only have the one pillar to your left. You kind of use that to as a reference to how to angle the jump.
You can use like the texture on the ground and the fog gate with the walls around the fog gate and like the shadows in front of the fog gate. You can also use that. So there's some way you can make good setups with it, but it takes some experimentation.
Yeah.
But yeah, here Mario entering Nito's fight. Let's see if he gets any screams. No scream.
He gets a store rolled. Oh no,
Yeah.
he just didn't roll. He did he did what I said I was going to do and I didn't do yesterday. which is not even try to roll in order to avoid getting a store roll.
He got a scream, but he killed him in time. No scream on
Good.
Alibaba's side.
Yeah, Nito behaving good for both runners. That's very nice to see. Nito is definitely one of the most annoying bosses in the run. Not because he's hard, but because he can be very memey with his screams and his skeletons being very annoying. So yeah, after that, I think the only thing that's left that could swing the tides of this race would be lower undead bug skip. Because as we said, I mean, technically someone could die to still skip. Oh, maybe not die. Maybe someone could quit out a little bit earlier and have to do it again, and that would be enough to be a swing. Yeah, I would doubt it. Both these runners are very good and very experienced.
Yeah, so the runners here using the Dust Crown Ring to halve the HP and doing a backstab onto the elevator that's going down to do an RTSR setup. Very old setup, but still in use because it's so effective. And here is Seal Skip, where you use a quit out on a slope and respawn underwater.
Should be good for Mario.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see how Alibaba goes.
I'm not sure about Ali.
I got it.
It worked. Yeah, okay. Both are good. So yeah, now, I mean, theoretically, one of them could miss one king, have to go for two kings, and that would be the run probably.
Yeah.
If they don't get one king.
Any mistake at this point is the other one winning, pretty much.
Yeah. So let's see how they do. Mario going for, well, both of them going for the crownless setup. They do one dark beat without the crown, as to deal a little bit less damage than usual. Yeah, Mario gets it. Ali shooting a little bit. Oh, that's a bit. That's big. Because now he has to wait for another. Oh no! Oh my
you
god!
Get the bad RNG, yeah.
That's awful.
Very unlucky.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's very unfortunate.
So yeah, what I was saying
is that Mario failed
the
low on the skip now, it's probably still.
Yeah, I don't think that would make up for it. Because that was 2 explosions. Oh, that's very unfortunate. The worst part about the explosion is not only that you need to dodge the explosion, is that you need to wait for another attack, because usually you don't have time to attack and then dodge the next attack because you are so far away that you need to close the distance before attacking. So yeah, and Mario is already at Capra, so unless anything super unusual happens, Mario should have this.
Yeah, only after this, only Gaping and Gwyn are left for Mario, and Capra, Gaping, Gwyn for Alibaba.
That was very unfortunate for Ali, but given that Mario had pretty much the perfect fight and didn't fail lower in Dudberg, Mario would still be ahead, even if Ali wouldn't have had that issue with the 4 kings.
Oh! Getting absolutely memed by the dog there. Yeah. That's very unfortunate.
I got exactly the same thing yesterday in my race. Well, not exactly the same. I got a different kind of meme, but yeah, it was very close. I got slammed by the butcher.
Mario doing the proper pathing there to avoid the rat.
Mm-hmm.
Someone I watched the Regal was the next race. One of them got blocked by the rat because not proper pathing, I think. Oh, Alibaba! He almost fell down.
Where? I was looking at Mario.
Oh,
there. Oh, I see. Yeah, that you don't want to go down there. It's a long way up. I actually doubt the I know for sure that Mario doesn't know the way up. Mario said in the past that if he falls there, he's dark signing.
Okay. But yeah, Mario killed Gaping, and now he's on Gwyn, and Alibaba is close behind as well.
Yeah, this was a very good race. It was very close, very clean from both players. There were some minor mistakes, no deaths. Ali missed some time. He missed the first arrows in Ula Seal, which lost him some time. He also, well, had that thing with Four Kings. Other than that, it was very good for both of them. Mario had a very bad ONS fight. Again, not bad because of he played bad, but because he got very unlucky.
I think this is actually gonna be Alibaba's best time in the tournament. I think he only got 113s so far, if I checked correctly earlier. So this is gonna be way below that.
I'm not keeping track of that, so I don't know.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, of course.
I mean, Mario could get memed by a Black Knight or miss the parry. That would be insane, though.
Yeah, dying to Gwyn, especially in a close race like this, would be very tragic.
Hopefully no memes. Oh, he got the spin. He got the spin and he didn't roll.
Yeah, maybe even Alibaba can PB, I don't know. I don't know his PB actually. And
Yeah,
he gets the parry and Mario takes the race.
Yep. GG Mario. I think Ali's PB is 108. Maybe actually he might PB because he had some extra quit outs. So it might be a PB for him.
110.29, very nice. 106.57 IGT, very good.
Yeah, so Ali should be a 107, as Regal is saying. Maybe high 107, but we'll see. Might be a PB.
And he also gets a parry, very nice.
Yeah, it was super close. That was probably the third closest race. I don't know if Regal versus Nax was closer than this. I'm pretty sure. Mario versus Kata was closer.
107.09 only. Like that's only a 12-second difference. IGT.
Yep.
That's very
nice.
nice.
That was super close. And yeah, that's up more than a minute PB for Ali. So GG.
Yeah, that was very nice to watch. Very cool.
So we should be. I think you can move the runners with us, Kamal, so we can talk with them.
Yeah, let's get them in. Hey
Welcome,
guys.
runners.
What's up?
GG to both of you. Congrats, Mario, on winning the race, and congrats, Ali, because I think that's a PB for you, isn't it?
And it's a really bad one, but yeah, it's a PB.
Yeah.
I mean, you both played really well. You both didn't die. You only had like minor mistakes in comparison or bad RNG.
That was a really bad one, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Mario. Sorry.
That's about it from me. I think that was my only misplay.
Can Mario? Can you get closer to the mic? We're not hearing you.
Can you hear me well?
You're pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta reconnect my mic.
Okay. Yeah, we have you at 200% and still we're very quiet. So yeah, Ali, talk about your race. You did miss some time. That king thing situation was very unfortunate.
that and Gwyndolin. I lost probably like a minute worth of time on those segments. Even though I didn't die.
Yeah, the Gwyndolin thing was kind of whatever. Hello, Mario.
Hello, can you hear me now? Better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Good now.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, any thoughts, guys, on your races, Mario?
I think that was my 109, but I lost it to Duke Skip and Orange Stansma.
Yeah, that fight was very concerning. I think you did a great job of surviving that because that was very that was challenging. Very
Yeah,
bad RNG.
if Ornstein hadn't done the last backstab, like the last hop, I think that would have been like, I don't know, 30 seconds faster.
Yeah, probably.
That was pretty bad. But yeah, pretty cool race apparently. What happened to Ali?
Very close.
Let's see. I messed up on Gwyndolin, so it ended up being a 2-cycle fight, and then the first king on 4 kings did 2 AoEs because I missed beats. So, and I also had to quit out on the gaping segment, so that was pretty bad.
Yeah, before 4 kings, Mario was 5 seconds ahead. That's how close it was.
Damn, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super close.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. I did my best. So I hope it was at least
I mean,
enjoyable
you
to
did a great
watch.
job. Like, even if you say otherwise, you did a great job.
Yeah, I did what I could. Hopefully, it was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, your other races were like 113s, right? So you got a 111. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been mid 110 without the really big mistakes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but would have, could have.
Yeah, that's
however
true.
that
I
goes.
mean, just next race, you still have, you still can afford, like, you can afford this loss, so you're still not out of the tournament, and you can just get a 110 something next race or 109.
Yeah,
so.
But it is an IGT PB though, which is nice. 107.07.
Yeah, getting a PB on a race, doing race strats. I mean, you did skip ONS bonfire.
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
That's how much he respects you, Mario.
I mean, I basically during the race just assumed that Mario was ahead, so I basically just played under that assumption.
If you got
you were ahead actually.
Oh, wait,
if you got a good ONS on top of skipping that bonfire, we're probably like a minute ahead of me.
It wasn't a minute, but he was 30 seconds or something. I think he was ahead, maybe.
I mean, I had no idea, but yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I was watching race time really closely while I was running through Kiln.
Yeah, of course, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, but GG Mario.
GG to you too, man. Nice run.
Okay, so that will be it for today for all of us. We will have our next race tomorrow. It will be Duck versus QQ. It will be the last race that we have from the last previous losers round 3. It should have been done like a lot ago, but it's been done now. So yeah, it's gonna be Duck versus QQ. It's gonna be tomorrow, 7 p.m. UTC. So that's 9 p.m. Central European and 3 p.m. EST, which is I don't remember what that stands for, but whatever. It's tomorrow. It's gonna be great. Tune in for that. Then after that, we have to wait until the next weekend to get more races. So yeah, thank you, Camille, for joining me on commentary today.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Mario and Ali and GG to both of you for participating and for the great runs that you got.
Thanks.
And thank you, all of you, chat, for being here, doing this nice race with us. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, guys.